My brother's video of me ugly crying in my bedroom has 4 million views, and the comments section is full of strangers rating how I look when I fall apart. Let me back up. My name is Elias, I'm 17, and I have a brother named Jordan who's 20. We've always been close, like, genuinely close, not just the kind of siblings who tolerate each other because they share a bathroom. Growing up, Jordan was the person I went to before I went to my parents. He taught me how to ride a bike. He let me sleep in his room when I had nightmares way past the age when that should have been embarrassing. When he graduated high school, I literally cried at the ceremony, and he didn't make fun of me for it. He just hugged me and said, "Bro, I'm not dying, I'm going to community college." That's the kind of relationship we had. Easy, safe. He was my favorite person, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. Jordan still lives at home because he's doing his associate's degree locally and working part-time at a gym. About a year ago, he started a YouTube channel. At first, it was workout stuff nobody really watched. Then he pivoted to day in the life vlogs and something clicked. His personality just translates on camera. He's funny, he's good-looking, and he has this energy that makes you feel like you're hanging out with your coolest friend. Within a few months, he had about 30,000 subscribers, which isn't massive, but it's not nothing. He was proud of it. I was proud of him. I'd even show his videos to kids at school sometimes, like, "Yeah, that's my brother." Our parents thought it was cool too. Dad would joke about Jordan being the family's ticket to early retirement. Mom would ask him to film her cooking sometimes. It was lighthearted. Nobody took it too seriously, and Jordan never made it weird. He'd have the camera out sometimes around the house, but if I said I didn't want to be in something, he'd point it somewhere else. At least that's how it used to work. Here's the thing you need to understand about Jordan: he is obsessively goal-oriented. When he decides he wants something, everything else becomes background noise. In high school, he wanted to bench press 225, and for 3 months straight, that's all he talked about, all he worked toward, all he thought about. When he got into fitness content creation, same thing. Spreadsheets of upload schedules, analytics screenshots on his phone, notes about what was performing and what wasn't. He'd stay up until 2 in the morning editing. And for a while, the channel was growing. But around 6 months in, it kind of plateaued. He was stuck at about 45,000 subscribers, and you could see it eating at him. He started watching all these videos about the YouTube algorithm, talking about retention rates and emotional hooks at dinner like we were supposed to know what any of that meant. He reads somewhere that personal, emotional, unfiltered content performs best, that audiences want to see real moments, not polished ones. He became obsessed with this idea that authenticity was the key to breaking through. I didn't think much of it. I figured he'd film himself talking about his struggles or something, maybe get vulnerable about his own life. That would have been fine. That would have been his choice. But what I didn't realize was that Jordan had started to see our entire household as content. Every interaction, every argument, every raw human moment that happened in our home was now something he was mentally cataloging, evaluating for its viral potential. I didn't see it happening because I trusted him. That's the part that still gets me. I trusted him completely, and that trust is exactly what made all of this possible. About 2 months ago, I went through a breakup. My first real one. Her name was Mia, and we'd been together for almost a year. She ended it over text, which wrecked me because I genuinely thought we were solid. I'm not going to pretend I handled it well. I didn't. I came home from school on a Thursday, went straight to my room, and just lost it. I'm talking full breakdown, sobbing, face in my pillow, the whole thing. The kind of crying where your whole body shakes and you can't breathe right. Jordan came into my room. He sat on the edge of my bed and he was being a good brother. He asked me what happened. I told him about Mia. He said, "That's brutal, man, I'm sorry." And he hugged me. I remember feeling grateful that he was there. What I did not know, what I would not find out for 3 weeks, was that when Jordan walked into my room that day, he had his phone in his jacket pocket, propped up and recording. He filmed the entire thing, me crying, me talking about Mia, me saying things I would never say to anyone except him, things about how I felt unlovable, how I was scared nobody would ever want me, how I didn't understand what I did wrong. 17 years old, snot running down my face, saying the most vulnerable things I've ever said out loud. All of it recorded without my knowledge. He edited the clip into a video called "My Little Brother's First Heartbreak, This Destroyed Me." He put a sad piano track under it. He added text overlays with my own words, and he uploaded it. I found out because a girl in my chemistry class, Sophia, came up to me on a Monday morning with this expression on her face like someone had died. She held up her phone and said, "Elias, is this you?" And I looked at the screen and I saw myself, crying, on Jordan's channel. The video had been up for 4 days. It had 2 million views. At that point, it was the most viewed video on his channel by a factor of 10. His subscriber count had jumped to over 200,000. I watched the whole thing standing in the hallway at school with my hands shaking. I could hear my own voice saying, "I just feel like I'm not enough for anyone. And there were comments underneath from thousands of strangers saying things like, protect this boy at all costs, and someone give him a hug, and he's so ugly when he cries El Mau, all mixed together. My private worst moment, packaged and distributed to the entire internet. I felt like the floor had dropped out from under me. I didn't even finish the school day. I drove home, walked straight into Jordan's room, and said, take it down. He was sitting at his desk editing something, and he spun around in his chair and had the nerve, the absolute nerve, to look confused. He said, take what down? And I said, you know what, the video of me crying. And something shifted in his face, not guilt exactly, more like he'd been caught doing math he hoped I wouldn't check. He said, Elias, listen, I was going to tell you about it. I just wanted to wait until you were in a better headspace. I almost laughed. He said, look at the comments, dude. People love you. You're literally going viral for being real. This is a good thing. I told him it wasn't a good thing. I told him I never said he could record me. I told him I said those things because I thought it was just us, because I trusted him. And he used that trust to make content. He got defensive. He said I was overreacting. He said the video was helping people, that hundreds of commenters were sharing their own heartbreak stories, that I was making a difference. He said, you should be thanking me. I turned your worst day into something meaningful. That sentence, I will never forget that sentence as long as I live. He looked me in the eye and genuinely believed he was doing me a favor. I told him to take it down or I'd tell our parents. He said fine. Go ahead, but he wasn't removing a video that was about to hit 2 million views. So I went to our parents. And this is where it gets worse, because my parents, they didn't react the way I expected. My dad watched the video, got quiet, and said, I mean, it's already out there, Elias. What's done is done. My mom was more sympathetic, but even she said something like, Jordan probably should have asked, but you have to admit, the video is really touching. Touching. My mom called a video of me sobbing about my ex-girlfriend touching. I felt like I was losing my mind. Jordan posted a follow-up video 2 days later, updating you on my brother. He talked about how I'd been upset, how we'd had a conversation, how he was navigating the situation. He didn't use any new footage of me, but he talked about me for 9 minutes straight. That video got 800,000 views. His comments were split. Some people were on my side, saying he should have asked permission, but a lot of people were defending him, saying it was his channel and his house and I was being dramatic. Kids from my school started recognizing me, not in a good way. In a, hey, are you the crying kid way. Mia texted me for the first time since the breakup, and all she said was, I'm so sorry that video exists. Even my sympathy for my ex felt like pity. I was humiliated at a level I didn't know was possible. I did something I'm not proud of. I logged into Jordan's YouTube account. I knew his password because he'd asked me to upload a video for him once when he was at work, and I privated the original video myself. Didn't delete it, just hid it. I figured if he wouldn't protect me, I'd protect myself. Jordan absolutely exploded. He called me screaming. He said I'd cost him momentum, that the algorithm was pushing his content and I'd just killed it, that I'd sabotaged months of work over my own insecurity. He changed all his passwords. He unprivated the video within an hour. And then he posted a third video, a story time, about how his own brother tried to tank his channel. He didn't use my name, but everyone knew. That one got 2 million views in 48 hours. His channel crossed 300,000 subscribers. I stopped talking to him. For almost 3 weeks, we lived in the same house and didn't say a word to each other. I ate dinner in my room. I wore headphones constantly. My mom kept saying we needed to work it out, like this was some normal sibling argument about who left the milk out. Then I found something that changed everything. I was looking for a charger in Jordan's room while he was at work, and his laptop was open. There was a DM thread on screen with another creator, someone with about 1 million subscribers. Jordan had messaged this guy weeks before the heartbreak video. The conversation was about strategy, how to manufacture emotional content, how family vulnerability was the fastest growing niche. And in one message, Jordan had written, my little brother is going through something right now, thinking about capturing some of it. Thoughts? The other creator had replied, do it. Raw is gold. The timestamp was from the morning of the day Mia broke up with me. Jordan didn't just happen to have his phone recording when he walked into my room to comfort me. He walked in planning to film. He made a decision, before he ever sat on my bed and hugged me, that my pain was an opportunity. That was 3 weeks ago. I screenshot the messages and showed my parents. My mom cried. My dad went quiet in a different way this time. Jordan and I still haven't talked. The video is still up now at 4 million views. His channel is thriving. He posted a new video yesterday, something about fitness, and in the comments people are still tagging me, still asking about me, still treating the worst moment of my life like a season finale they want to follow up to. I go to school every day knowing that millions of people have seen me at my most vulnerable, and I can never undo that. That version of me, sobbing on my bed, saying things I meant only for my brother, that lives on the internet forever now. But here's what I keep going back and forth on. Jordan says I overstepped by logging into his account. He says that was a violation of his trust, and honestly, he's not entirely wrong. I did access his account without permission. I did try to control something that technically lived on his platform, and part of me wonders if the video really is helping other people feel less alone in their heartbreak. Does that matter? Does the good it might be doing for strangers outweigh what it did to me? I genuinely don't know. So I want to ask you, was I wrong for going into his account and privating the video? Was he wrong for filming me in the first place? Or is that just what content creation looks like now, and I need to accept it? Because I really can't tell anymore where the line is between being a brother and being a brand. Tell me what you think, because I've been going in circles, and I just need someone outside this house to be honest with me.